In the past decade, China has not only entered the global space race, it has emerged as a formidable powerhouse, shaking the foundations of a realm once dominated by the United States and Russia. With the construction of its colossal space station, Tiangong, translating to Heavenly Palace, China has sent a powerful signal to the world. It is no longer a mere participant in space exploration, but a major contender with ambitions that extend far beyond Earth's orbit. While this monumental achievement has been celebrated as a landmark in aerospace engineering, heralded by many as the dawn of a new era in human exploration, there are others who view it with a growing sense of unease. One man, who took a deeper dive into the labyrinth of China's space program, uncovered a revelation so shocking that it left him both alarmed and reflective. What exactly did he discover? Could it be a hidden agenda behind China's meteoric rise to space dominance? The implications of this discovery could reshape the global space race as we know it and force us to rethink who will truly control the final frontier. To grasp how China's space program soared from humble beginnings to a leading force challenging the global status quo, we must first journey back to where it all began. It was April 24, 1970, when China took its first historic step into the cosmos. On that day, the Dongfang Hong-1 satellite was launched into orbit, marking China as the fifth nation to send an artificial satellite into space. Its name, meaning the East is red, carried immense symbolic weight. More than just an orbiting machine, it broadcasted the revolutionary tune of the same name, an anthem of national pride echoing across space as China quietly announced its arrival on the world stage. But this early triumph was only the prologue to a long and often arduous journey. For decades, China's space aspirations simmered quietly, largely overshadowed by the explosive rivalry between the United States and the Soviet Union during the Cold War. As these two superpowers launched men to the moon and sent robotic explorers across the solar system, China's efforts advanced at a measured pace, constrained by limited resources and the challenges of internal reform. It wasn't until the 1990s that China began to reshape its ambitions into concrete action. The establishment of the China National Space Administration, CNSA, in 1993, alongside the China Aerospace Science and Technology Corporation, CASC, laid the bureaucratic and technological foundations for a serious national space program. With a new emphasis on self-reliance and cutting-edge innovation, China committed to building a program that could stand shoulder to shoulder with the most advanced spacefaring nations. The Long March rocket family emerged as a keystone of this new strategy. Evolving over time into a reliable and diverse fleet of launch vehicles, the Long March rockets became the workhorses that would carry China's growing ambitions skyward. Faced with restrictive international policies, particularly those limiting collaboration with Western space agencies like NASA, China adopted a policy of technological self-sufficiency. Isolated but determined, Beijing accelerated its progress with relentless focus, culminating in an era of unprecedented achievements. By the early 2000s, China stood at a pivotal crossroads. The nation made global headlines in 2003 with the launch of Shenzhou 5, its first crewed space mission, which carried astronaut Yang Liwei into orbit. With this mission, China became only the third nation, after the United States and Russia, to independently send a human into space. This feat sent shockwaves through the international community, signaling that China was no longer a bystander, but a direct competitor in the new space age. Yet, this was just the opening chapter. Over the next 2 decades, China systematically pushed the limits of its capabilities. In 2013, it joined an exclusive club once more, becoming only the third nation to achieve a soft landing on the lunar surface with its Change 3 mission. The U2 rover, or Jade Rabbit, explored the moon's surface, gathering crucial scientific data while demonstrating China's growing mastery of extraterrestrial operations. Then came an even bolder step in 2019, the Change 4 mission. For the first time in history, humanity touched down on the mysterious far side of the moon, a rugged, uncharted region shielded from Earth's direct view. Navigating the challenges of this hostile environment, China proved that it was not just participating in the space race, it was taking on the missions others had yet to attempt. But the nation's ambitions reached even further. In July 2020, China launched its Tianwen-1 mission to Mars, sending an orbiter, lander, and rover to the Red Planet, all in a single launch. By May 2021, the Zhurong rover successfully touched down on Martian soil, making China only the second country after the United States to operate a rover on Mars. This achievement was a declaration of capability and intent. China was no longer catching up, it was defining the pace. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. China's long-term space blueprint extends far beyond the Moon and Mars. Beijing has announced plans to establish a lunar research base near the Moon's south pole in collaboration with Russia, with construction expected to begin in the 2030s. This outpost could serve as a critical staging ground for deeper space missions and even lunar resource extraction, laying the groundwork for a future where humanity has a permanent footprint on the Moon. Yet, these developments have also cast a shadow. As China's capabilities grow, so too do questions about the deeper motivations behind its push to the stars. What exactly is driving this rapid expansion? One prominent figure who closely studied China's space activities believes the answer lies in a complex web of geopolitical strategy. Could China's space ambitions be tied to a broader goal of asserting dominance not just on Earth, but in space itself? The man who stumbled upon this unsettling possibility warns that what we are witnessing may be more than a scientific renaissance, it could be the unfolding of a new front in global competition, where space is no longer a neutral zone for exploration but a critical theater for control over future technologies, resources, and military advantage. This leads us to an unexpected development involving one of the most recognizable faces in modern space exploration, Elon Musk. The founder of SpaceX, Musk has long been the champion of humanity's expansion beyond Earth, pioneering reusable rockets and daring concepts like colonizing Mars. Recently, Musk was granted an exclusive opportunity to tour China's Tiangong space station. What insights did this encounter offer him? And how might this experience reshape his vision for SpaceX, and perhaps even the broader future of human spaceflight? To fully understand the weight of this moment, we must rewind to Musk's own origin story. Long before SpaceX was a household name, Musk was a maverick tech entrepreneur who had disrupted the financial world by co-founding PayPal. With millions in hand, he could have settled comfortably into a life of luxury. Instead, he set his sights skyward, convinced that space exploration was stagnating. Frustrated by the high costs and slow progress of traditional government agencies like NASA, Musk asked a daring question: what if rockets could be built and reused like airplanes, slashing launch costs and opening space to private enterprise? The answer came in the form of SpaceX, which Musk founded in 2002, investing $100 million of his personal wealth in what many at the time viewed as a reckless gamble. His vision, however, proved transformative. SpaceX's early development of the Falcon 1 rocket marked the beginning of a new era in space travel. Unlike single-use rockets of the past, Musk's designs emphasized reusability, reliability, and affordability. With each successful launch, SpaceX brought humanity one step closer to a future where space travel could become routine, not the rare domain of governments. But Musk's ultimate ambition has always been Mars, a dream that parallels, and now rivals, China's plans for interplanetary expansion. As China eyes a crewed mission to the Red Planet as early as 2033, followed by plans for a sustained human presence, the world finds itself at a crossroads. Are we witnessing a collaborative golden age of space exploration, or the opening stages of a new space race, where competing superpowers vie for dominance beyond Earth. In the coming years, these parallel ambitions, China's state-driven lunar and Martian programs, and SpaceX's privately led push for Mars colonization, may define the trajectory of space exploration for the 21st century and beyond. As both China and SpaceX set their sights on Jupiter, black holes, habitable exoplanets, and the search for extraterrestrial life, the stakes are higher than ever. Yet, beneath the surface of technological marvels and scientific discoveries, one question looms: will space remain a frontier for the collective advancement of humankind, or will it become the next battleground for geopolitical supremacy?